Let me know when you're ready. Good morning, everyone. This is the Port Arthur City Council PTA. We're celebrating We welcome each and every one of you to participate by viewing. And we have a program today. We're going to start our day off with our pledge to the U.S. flag and the Texas flag and our prayer by Commissioner Randy Martin.
Good morning. Let us stand. We'll start with the prayer first. Excuse me. Gracious God, our Father, we'd like to thank you. Thank you, Father, for being the grand architect of this universe, oh God. And Father, we thank you for blessing us with this land from the shoreline of Gulf of Mexico to the banks of the Neches and the Sabine River. God, thank you for Port Arthur. Thank you for the continual blessings that you've shown us. Thank you for the continual mercies that you've shown us, oh God. God, we're asking for your clarity. We're asking for your motivation. God, we're asking for blessings as you see fit, oh God. God, we thank you for your divine protection. We thank you for the food that has been prepared for us on this morning, oh God. Let it be nourishment to our bodies. Continue to be there for us, Father. These and many other blessings we do ask and pray in Jesus' name. And we all pledge to the United States flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Pledge to the Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Thank you. You may be seated.
At this time, I want to recognize that our president for this organization is Mrs. Angel Dolphine, and we have a portion of our council board present today, and I will call off their names. Ms. Hope Scott, Ms. Ms. Velma Apple Martin, Commissioner Randy Martin, Dr. Annie Barkers is with us, Ms. Jermaine Eddy, our president just walked back in, Ms. Angel Dolphine, and Ms. And I don't know why I can't remember now. See, Ms. Diggles is with us. So that's our board, and they're here with us. And we do want to thank our Port Arthur ISD Technology Department. They're here with us, making sure that the technology is working and in place and so forth. Now, at this time, we're celebrating the Founders Day for the Texas PTA. And of course, I'll say that PTA is very instrumental in making sure that our children in the state of Texas get what they need and get what's best for them. The Texas PTA has been around for a long time, over 100 years, and they're responsible for your free lunch program, for classroom reduction size. They're responsible for lowering the amount of end of course tests that our students have to take before they graduate, any number of things. That's why we ask your support, parents and community, to be a part of the PTA, become a member of the PTA. Even if you don't have children in school, you may have grandchildren, you may have nieces and nephews, and this is beneficial to them. Also, PTA, the Texas PTA has scholarships for students. And of course, your membership money is a part of being able to supply those scholarships. So we ask you to please, if you're not already, to be involved, get involved. We also are fortunate this morning that we have our superintendent of the Port Arthur School District, Dr. Mark Portery, is with us, and perhaps he would like to have a word or two at this time.
Thank you, Dr. Williams, and congratulations to our PTA, our national PTA, and our local, for all of the work that you do. It's in 2023, it's not an easy job at all, but definitely we need our parents and our teachers and bus drivers and staff and our entire community to work together for the good of our students. They're worth it. They're our future. And we are just so happy from the beginning to now, everyone that has worked well with us and just trying to get our kids to where they need to be. It's a wonderful day to be here, and I just thank all of you for having us. So I'll turn it over to Dr. Williams.
Thank you, Dr. Portery. At this time, we have a speaker today, and that speaker is none other than one of our former students of Port Arthur ISD. In fact, he started off as a student at Wheatley School in his young days, and he grew up in the Port Arthur district. He was a part of the first early college program here in Port Arthur. He graduated from that, and then he went on to Texas Southern and graduated from Texas Southern. And he also is the youngest school board member, I believe, in the United States. And that person is none other than Mr. Taylor Getwood. He will be joining us virtual, and he is our speaker today. And we are ready for our speaker.
Make sure I'm not muted. Okay, good. Okay. Hello, good morning, everyone. I am just extremely elated to be here, and I am just grateful to God for our PAISD technology program. Thank you so much for getting this set up. This is the blessings of technology nowadays, where we can be multiple places all at one time. But first and foremost, I want to thank the citywide PTA for allowing me the opportunity to come back and be a keynote speaker. I was able to speak about a few years ago, I want to say 2 to 3 years ago, when I actually was a student at Woodrow Wilson Early College High School. I had the opportunity to serve in the PTSA as a first vice president when I was in 9th grade. So PTA is something that is not new to me. It is definitely something that is near to my heart. Of course, my grandfather, Lawrence Getwood, has been involved with PTA since I could spell my last name and spell my first name. So I am just so grateful to still be involved. I also want to give a huge shout out to Dr. Portery, all of the executive and administrative team, to everyone who is present and everyone who is watching this via live or via whatever you're watching it from. Today's message is going to be very brief. But I am just so grateful that God placed it on yourself to find and pick this theme, which is diversity, our children, our culture, and of course, our future, which are all things that matter and which are all things that will help advance us as people and make the world a better place. I'm going to quickly and briefly touch on each point. Diversity. My good friend Webster Dictionary defines diversity as an instance of being composed of different elements or qualities, which is an instance of being diverse. Immediately, when I think of this definition that Webster has defined diversity as, I think of a football team. It reminds me of our Memorial High School football team. It reminds me of the NFL or any football team. Because in order for a team to advance through the season victoriously, in order for them to advance through the season and win games and actually put forth the effort, the team must first understand the diversity of their team. Every player is not the same, and every player has a strength and every player has a weakness. But every player is composed of a different element and quality that brings something to the table so that way when it's all put together, they can leave the game victorious. It reminds me of our football team, how our quarterback understands the strength and the diversity of his players. So he knows who to throw the ball to on which play. He knows when to let the ball go to run. He knows when to run with the ball to get the first goal so that way we can score the touchdown ultimately. But the same can be said, my friends, about friendships and about relationships and even in the professional realm of life. You see, diversity is all around us, and we as people must embrace it. Diversity is even among us who are in the same community. It's among us as Black people. It's among us as minorities. It's among everyone in every community. We all have something different about us. And that diversity is something that we must embrace because it is what makes us unique. Because we each are wonderfully and fearfully made. And because of that uniqueness, because we are each made of the image of God, and because God has created us how he wanted us to be, we each have a different purpose in life, a unique purpose. And no one's purpose is better than the next. All of our purpose combined is important because it each shapes what our lives will be. And of course, we all want to leave a legacy. At least I know that I do. So that brings me to my next point. Just as we embrace diversity among ourselves, we must do the same within our children. Our children are so diverse, especially nowadays, from the tiny tots to the big grads of Memorial High School. We have such diverse group, and especially in the year 2023. I think we all can attest that this year is definitely, and these past years have definitely been different from times way back when. But we must embrace the diversity because our kids and our children come from various homes and various backgrounds. Our children nowadays go through more than what you will ever know or more than what you've ever been through in your times coming up or even in your time of living here on earth now. If I am being completely honest with myself today, we must understand and we must fully acknowledge that sometimes the only time that kids get poured into with love, affection, and hope is when they are at school. School is our home away from home. School is when we have an opportunity to witness greatness through learning, through being involved in activities. And of course, being collectively together with our classmates and our peers. And unfortunately, it's sad to say, but sometimes that's the only time that kid will either get the love and affection, get a sign of hope, get a sign and a sense that I can do something that has never been done before. We must be able to completely hone in and cultivate their diversity because as we know, kids will be what they see. I am who I am today because of what I seen growing up, because I had an amazing father in my life by the name of Lawrence Gilwood. I had an amazing village in my life. I had people such as Dr. Portery that I could look up to. I had people such as Dr. Melvin Gilwood that I could look up to. I had people such as my teachers that I was able to look up to. We must understand that as kids, we are looking for someone. We can't do it on our own. We can't feed ourselves. We can't dress ourselves, and we surely can't live by ourselves, which is why it is important that we as adults, now that I am an adult, we as adults must go back and we must cultivate and help shape the lives of those kids and cultivate the diversity. We have so much talent. There is talent in diversity. We have students who can draw. We have students who can read at an accelerated pace, on an accelerated level. We have little kids that can run a football faster than some of the people in the NFL. We have track stars that's getting close to Usain Bolt. We have all of this talent and this diverse crowd amongst our kids, but they cannot cultivate it or shape it by themselves. We must be there to help them. Our PTA is important because our PTA serves on the campus. And little do you know, sometimes you may be serving as a grandparent, as a mother, as a father, as someone who is not in the household for that child, which is why your presence is so important, which is why we must be grateful for your presence, because no one is getting paid for it. It is volunteering your time, your efforts, and your energy. I want you to know that as we continue to cultivate and shape their diversity, it is an opportunity for us to actually get a chance to be a part of someone's village. It's an opportunity to get a chance to be a part of what we think is the future, but it's actually the present. Our children, they need you. Our children, they need you. Our children, they need you. I know it may be hard to deal with us sometimes with our stuck-up ways and our creative, out-of-the-ordinary thought process, but I would encourage you all to please don't give up. Please don't give up. I know times may be different. I know, as my great-grandma says, that nowadays we have babies raising babies, which is true. But I encourage you all to please don't give up. We are in dire need of support. If not more than now, we need it. I know that it can be hard when we look at the world today and where our thought processes are, but I can assure you that together we can listen to where we can get back on the right track, or at least start getting somewhere closer to the right track. If we really truly believe that the future is bright, if we really truly want the future to be successful as we want it to be, if we truly are our ancestors' wildest dream, then we will have that resilience, and we will continue to fight each and every day to keep our kids on the right path, even when they're going down the wrong path. It's time that we go back to the old school. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to be there, but I still had it through my grandparents. They made sure whenever I was going right and I was supposed to go left, they would drag me back and make sure I went the left way. And it's time for us to do that, even if it isn't our kids, because they still are our kids, because they are our future. It is time that we step up as mentors. It's not easy being a mentor. And let me tell you something, if it was easy, then everybody would do it. But let me give you 3 things that being a mentor is. Being a mentor is free. It's free 99. It doesn't take $100. It doesn't take a down payment. It is an investment that is free. It is free to spend quality time with a child that you see something in. It is free to take a child on an experience that they've never experienced. It is free to take a child and shape them and cultivate them and say, I see something in you. You may not see it yet, but let me help you find it. Not only is it free, but it's also beneficial. It's beneficial to you because you have an opportunity, like I said earlier, to cultivate and to shape the future. You have an opportunity to pour into someone. You have an opportunity to help someone find their purpose in life. And when you help someone find their purpose in life, you would get an opportunity to sit back and say, I always knew he had it in him. I always knew she had it in him. All she needed was just a little touch, a little boost, a little help. And I'm telling you, that's all our kids need. Not only is it free and beneficial, but lastly, it's rewarding. It's an opportunity for you to give back and pour back into someone what was poured into you. I can't see you on today, but I hope that you understand what I am saying. Each and every one of you who are in this room, each and every one of you who may be sitting on your phone and listening to this via live, someone poured something into you that helped you cultivate who you were and who you are and put you in the position that you are in today. There is no one in the room in Port Arthur ISD. There's no one in that room right now. There's no one that's watching this via Facebook, via live, via YouTube that can tell me that they have not been poured into. It is your due diligence to take what someone poured into you and pour back into someone else. Just like it helped you, it will help the next person. You just never know. Which brings me to our culture. In order to know and fully understand our culture, we must first fully understand who we are. We must understand who we are from the very beginning of time to where we are now. The beauty in it as Black people, as minorities, but mainly Black people, because this is Black History Month, we come from kings and queens. We come from people of resilience. We come from people who will find a way even when there are no ways provided. We come from people who will find a way even when the ways have been blocked. We come from people who are resilient. It's in our blood. It's embedded in our brains. It's embedded in our DNA. But one thing I must be honest about, although I am grateful that we have a month that observes our history, I am not fully pleased because we must fully acknowledge that Black history is American history. Black history is American history. And the only way that we will be ever able to end this race epidemic and this race pandemic is if we fully, truly embrace our diversity. We as Black people, as white people, as Asian, as every race, we all bring something to the table. Everyone brings something different. And it goes back to that word that we talked about in the beginning, which is diversity. There is power in diversity. There is excellence in diversity. There is achievement in diversity. And until we can fully embrace that diversity, we will continue to go down the path that we have been going down for the past 400 plus years. Morgan Freeman said something that sparked my mind about, I want to say 3 days ago when I was looking at an interview that he had. And Morgan Freeman also echoed the same remarks that I did, that of course it's great that we have a Black History Month, but Black history is all year long. Black history shouldn't just be limited to just 1 month. It's good that we observe it, but we must fully acknowledge that our history expands quite far deep than what we will ever get an opportunity to know. He also said that when I see a white man named Tom Hanks, I don't just call him a white man, Tom Hanks. I call him Tom Hanks because that's who he is. And we must understand who we are. We are more than just our skin tones. We are more than just what we have been told we are. We are who we are because we are diverse. We are unique. We are gifted and wonderfully made. Which brings me to our future. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if you didn't know by this morning, the future is already here. The future is here. It's in our face. It's right now. The future is me. The future is you. The future is the little kids that we have in school. The future is the kids that are graduated from college. The future are the people who are actually at work right now. We are the future. The future is now. It is time to stop talking about the future as if it's a gazillion miles away, if it's years away from us. The future is now. The future was yesterday. The future is today. We have to own up and step up to the plate to help shape and cultivate it. We must understand that we have an opportunity to actually guide, to actually help shape the future that we want to see. We always talk about we want the future to be bright. The future is bright. But the future won't be unless we start shaping it now. Before we can look towards the future for bright success, we must cultivate what we have here in the present. So that way, whenever the future does come, whenever it is our time to pass on the baton, we can sit back and reap what we sow. We can enjoy the fruits of our labor. We can say that I was a part of that. I was a part of this history. I was a part of an opportunity to help form what we have now. I say this because I personally believe it, because that's what my life has been. I have had people to cultivate me. I've had people to help shape my leadership skills, to help shape who I am, to become the person that you see before you today. I didn't do it on my own, and it wasn't just my grandpa. It was a village of people. And my village is sitting in that room right now. My village is watching via YouTube right now. So we must give back. We must help and play our parts so that way we can reap the benefits later. I thank you all for this time, and I want to leave you just with this question. What impact will you leave to make the future brighter than what you could have ever imagined? And lastly, I want you to remember that we each are our ancestors' wildest dreams. And if they were able to move as far as they were able to move with everything that they had against them, then what are we doing today with the little that we have against us? Thank you all so much. I hope you all have an amazing day, and happy Founders Day to the PTA. I love you all, and I will catch you all later.
Okay, wonderful. Taylor is an excellent example of PTA and what PTA stands for. I can remember back when he was a ninth grade student, he was very involved with the PTSA, which is Parent Teacher Student Association. And he was one of our speakers at our Founders Day at that time, a few years back, Taylor. And we do want to thank him for taking time out of his busy schedule to be here via YouTube or whatever this technology is today. We thank you. And we do have a plaque that we will be presenting to him. In fact, I present it now. It reads, Port Arthur City Council PTA in appreciation of Mr. Taylor Getwood, PTA Founders Day speaker, February the 10th, 2023, from our president, Mrs. Angel Dolphin, and Founders Day chair, Dr. Ella Williams, and the board. So thank you, Taylor. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
At this time, I'm going to ask our president, Mrs. Angel Dolphin, to come forward.
Just one more thing. Again, we'd like to thank you so much, Taylor, for speaking. You did such an outstanding job, and it is so good to see you, even though it is via live stream. But I'm going to be looking for you when you come back to Port. But we also, along with that plaque, I also have a certificate for you, and it says, thank you, Port Arthur City Council PTA thanks Mr. Taylor Getwood for being Port Arthur City Council PTA Founders Day guest speaker. And it has my name and Dr. Williams' name in the date. So again, much, much thanks to you, Taylor. You have a wonderful rest of your day, and love you so much. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you. I love you all as well, and I will see you all when I get back.
Thank you. We want to just thank again Mr. Taylor Getwood for coming, because to be honest with you, he has another engagement this afternoon, but he told me he was going to do it. He said, oh, my engagement not till 2 o'clock. What time is the function? And I said, it's from 11 to 1. He said, oh, yes, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I have time. He said, the only thing is I won't be able to be there in person. So I said, well, you know what? That's perfect. We'd love to have you come and do it live stream. We're going to be live streaming anyway, so that was perfect. So we just thank him for that. Now, I just want to take a few minutes to thank my board. I thank everybody for them coming, and I love that when we have things planned and meetings at the last minute, sometimes they have no problem with getting on board and with participating. And I want to thank again our technology department. The meeting is not over. We still have some door prizes. I'm waiting on Miss Eddie to come and do our door prizes. We got several door prizes. But does anybody have any questions or anything that they want to say, or any comments while we're waiting on the live stream? Anybody have anything in the chat section? I do want to thank myself personally, Dr. Portery, for allowing us to be able to have the board here live and in person at the admin building, and for us allowing us to be able to live stream from the admin building. It is so awesome to be able to see people again. Our next meeting, though, is March the 1st. So just want to throw that out there. My next meeting is March the 1st. Also, we have nominations coming up next month. So if anybody's interested, all the positions are up. You can get in touch with myself or Ms. Jermaine Jackson Eddy, and we can get you a nomination form if anybody's interested. We're still going to put it out there. But nominations are in April, but we open up nominations next month in March. And again, the meeting is, March meeting is March the 1st. I also want to thank my supervisor, Mr. Anthony Jackson, who is the Director of Technology. I want to thank him for allowing the technicians to be able to come and set this up and to live stream this for us. It is such a pleasure to be able to work in this department when, even though we know technology sometimes does its own things, but these guys know what they're doing, and they know how to take and handle it and get it corrected right away. So I just thank my supervisor, Mr. Anthony Jackson, and our technicians again for taking time out of their day, their schedule to sit here and be with us and to be able to film and everything. Okay, here's Miss Eddy. Miss Eddy, we ready to do some door prizes? The door prizes, Taylor done spoke. While we're waiting, I'd like for our commissioner to come up real quick. I just want to know, I heard on the news they got some good things going on at the port. Commissioner, would you please come and share with us? I hate to put him on the spot. I know he got to go. But right after this, you can leave. But that was some good news I saw last night. About some money they got coming to Port Arthur. That's what I heard.
Camera, I got to make sure I ain't got none of this grub in my beard. But yes, yesterday was a wonderful day for the Port of Port Arthur. Had the Secretary of Transportation come all the way down from up top to come see us down here in the great city of Port Arthur, Texas. We're expanding. What that means is more space means more jobs. You all see all the military vehicles coming in and out of the port and out of the city of Port Arthur. That's because Port Arthur is a strategic port. And believe this or not, the United States thinks in a strategic manner. It's always about protecting these lands. And Port Arthur is vital to that protection of the United States. It's one of the smaller ports, but like we continue to say, we are punching way above our weight. We might be middle class, but we boxing in heavyweights right now. I mean, we're going to have more things coming into this area. Like I said, more space means more jobs. We're looking to build more buildings downtown, not downtown, down Houston Avenue. That's where our focus is at, down Houston Avenue. You see all it, anybody that's passed down Houston Avenue lately? Does it look like Houston Avenue 3 years ago? It looks totally different, right? And that's our plan. It's not a one-man show. We all are working together to better Port Arthur. And we're just doing it from our little corner in the world over here. And everybody has a part to play. I was talking to Councilman Frank, and he says this to me yesterday. Now we're at a point in time where the port, the city, and the school district has to be cohesive. That's the only way for Port Arthur to fully move forward. We have to go from sending our kids outside of Port Arthur, getting this education and not having a job for them when they come back to Port Arthur. And being angry with them because they don't want to live in Port Arthur when there's nowhere for them to work in their job fields. We're creating a space not only just for people to get a job, but for those who want to be business owners and entrepreneurs. We're creating office spaces down on Houston Avenue. Well, once upon a time, it used to be the Golden Light. That sound like some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, we're shifting gears. This is an industrial town, and I believe it's time that us as citizens in this fair city acknowledge that, and we have to come and go and grow together. That's all I got. All right.
Oh, at this time, Ed is in charge of the door prizes, so we're going to ask, certificate. Okay. Coming with certificates at this time.
You know, sometimes when you say thank you, it doesn't feel like it's enough. Sometimes when you really want to show somebody your appreciation, you really don't know what to do to show them how much you appreciate them. I don't care how many times you say it, you know, when you really, really appreciate somebody, it's just not enough words sometimes to say it, even though, you know, people know you really mean it, at least you hope they do. But I really, really, really strongly appreciate everybody in this room. I don't know how much more I can say it, but it is from the bottom of my heart. And those of you that are also watching, I thank each and every one of you all, because through calls, through texts, through emails, from the principals to some secretaries, and even some of the local PTA presidents, they have called and asked, you know, what do I need to do? Or when it was time for council dues, they got on it. When I asked for gift cards, I had somebody come the next day. We got our gift cards, and I was thinking, oh, okay, let me find somewhere to put these so I don't forget them. But, you know, I really, really thank you all, and we are here as the council board to assist you all. We're not here to do your work for you, but we are here to assist you in any way that we can. So if anybody needs any assistance with anything, we have lots of training. Just reach out to one of us, and we'll be more than happy to see what we can do to assist you with growing your membership, whether getting parents involved, or whatever it is, fundraisers, which is essential to PTA, as Dr. Williams stated earlier about how PTA helps and assists not only our students, but our parents and teachers as well. But at this time, I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And with that, I have some certificates. And for this first young man, we'd like to thank is Dr. Mark Portery. Dr. Portery is so valuable and instrumental in working with us ever since I have been the council president. Even before I was a council president, he has been very instrumental in helping each and every one of us. Anytime I've called, and I know personally when I've asked him, he's reached out. If I needed him to contact the principal for me. No, we need a picture, Dr. Portery. He's just asked, what do you need? And so I thank him so much. Thank you, Dr. Portery. Yeah, hold on. Thank you, Dr. Portery. Okay, next we have another young man that he's busy, but when I ask him to do something, he always follows up with me, even if he can't at that time. And even though he's not here in the room with us, we'd like to thank Dr. Melvin Getwood for also being instrumental in assisting with our council PTA executive team. Next, we have another young man who is the grandfather of our guest speaker that we had, and he told me he was not going to be here because of the function that Taylor has this evening. He wants to be there in person with him, but we'd like to thank Mr. Lawrence Getwood, who is my first vice president, and he is also our sergeant at arms. So this certificate is for Mr. Lawrence Getwood. Next is our second vice president, Ms. Yadi Cardenas. She's also not here with us today, but I know she's busy. She often says she's got, I think, 5 children. So she'll often tell me, I got all my children, I'm busy, but we thank her for her contributions to our council board as being the second vice president. Next, we have Ms. Lois Diggles, who is our third vice president, and she is here. And I'd like to thank Ms. Diggles. Ms. Diggles, rain, sleet, or snow, she there. So we thank you so much, Ms. Diggles. Come on, let's take a picture. Thank you, Ms. Diggles. Next, we have our secretary, Mrs. Hope Miles Scott. Ms. Scott, she's very instrumental in making sure our minutes are done and done correctly, and she don't like to leave anything out. Thank you, Ms. Scott. Next, we got what some like to may call her a busybody. And she knows she a busybody too. But we love her anyway. She's a busy lady, she is. And everything, anytime I ask her, it's always, yes, ma'am, okay, I got you. And then sometimes she'll have to tell me, now, Ms. Dolphine, you know you forgot, or Ms. And I thank her for that, because sometimes I really do forget. A lot of times I do. But I thank her, and we love her so much. And she is none other than Mrs. Jermaine Jackson Eddy, which is our treasurer and our board's historian. And she loves taking pictures, too. Next, we have another lady that likes to keep us in line, and that's our parliamentarian, Mrs. Velma Apple Martin. Miss Apple Martin is always there, her along with Miss Diggles, rain, sleet, or snow. She gonna come. If she's not available to come, she's surely gonna let me know, and then she's gonna call and ask me later, well, now what y'all talked about, what y'all discussed, what I need to know. Miss Apple. Next, we have our Arts and Education / Reflections Chair, Ms. Carolyn Thibodeau. She's the Port Arthur Public Librarian, but she is very passionate about arts and education and reflections, and she really is in wanting the children in the district to participate. So when you get an email or a call or something for her, when it's time for when they do have the arts and education for the state, please reach out to her. Even if it's not that time, if you want to know when the time is coming, because she usually knows ahead of time when everything is scheduled, please get with her and let her know. Because, art is not just about drawing. I have learned so much from just being in this position, arts, because I used to think art was just when somebody can draw, because I can't draw. But it's not just drawing. There's performing, there's dance, there's poem, there's poetry, there's photography, there's dancing, I've even seen kids like musicians, they play the piano or something. There's just so many things that falls up under that category of art. And we know we have some talented children in our district. Singing also as well. We've got some singers. I've heard some singers in this district sound like some grown folks with some of them voices. They have beautiful voices. And so when she reaches out, please respond to her because she's so passionate. And these kids, they can win scholarships. They can probably get grants. There's just so many different things that they can get through Texas PTA with that arts and education that they take and use and provide or participate in. So that's Ms. Carolyn Thibodeau. And if you have any questions, she is the children's / young adult librarian at the Port Arthur Public Library. So if you have any questions about that, please reach out to her. Next, we have our hospitality chairperson, which is Ms. Elvira Narcisse. Ms. Narcisse, she's not here today, but usually Ms. Narcisse be here and she be taking over. She could take and run it by herself with hospitality. Believe you me, she would. But we thank Ms. Narcisse for what she does for our board. So that's Ms. Narcisse. Next, we have someone else who is very, very passionate about their position, even though they didn't retire, and they like to tell you they didn't retire, they still are very passionate about their work. And I tell you what, there are also some things I've learned through her that I had no knowledge about with advocacy in legislature. And that chairperson is Dr. Annie Barkers. And we really appreciate her because she does stay on top of what's going on, not only in the state, but in our city. And so she's very, very instrumental in passing that information along so that we could know when something's going on. So our advocacy legislative chairperson, Dr. Annie Barkers. Next, we have our parental and family engagement chairperson, Mr. Ricardo Solis. Mr. Solis is also very instrumental in keeping us up to date on what's going on, not only, again, in our district, but in our community. Mr. Solis also provides very good information about what's going on in the Hispanic community because we are a diverse district. And because he is here, he's able to include all of us, also even with some of the Vietnamese and some of the other students that we have in our district. He is very, very good with passing along information when they have trainings and when they have programs because they want us to be a part of everything. He wants us to be a part of everything. And I think that is such an awesome thing. We all need to be included because, again, we are a diverse district. So our parental and family engagement chair is Mr. Ricardo Solis. Next, we've got our own environmental. Now, he just came and talked about some of that money they got coming to Port Arthur. And we thank him for that because he's really, really instrumental and good at letting us know what's going on down there at the port. And we enjoyed it because, that's not something many people may or may not have much of an interest in. But now I'm starting to take a little bit more of an interest in it because it's here and it's working. Even if I can't get out there and do the work, maybe I can pass the word along to somebody else. And we have Commissioner Randy Martin, who is our environmental chair. Next, we have our Healthy Lifestyles chairperson, and that is Nurse Tamika Brown. And she's not here with us today, but she's also really good with keeping us up to date on things such as COVID. She's even helped us with this, as far as what's the correct water to drink. All the water that they have out there, she has done research on, such as like the Ozarka, the Sinai, and so forth. And we really appreciate her for all that she does. She's very instrumental with keeping us up to date on things as far as for eating and what's healthy. And we just thank Nurse Tamika Ballard Brown, our Healthy Lifestyles chair. Oh, we got to take another picture. That's right. Okay. Next, we have our Diversity and Inclusion Chair, which is Mr. Roberto Diaz. Mr. Diaz, along with Mr. Solis, again, they are very instrumental in keeping us up to date and abreast of what is going on in our community, not only with the Hispanic, but also with the Asian and other cultures, ethnicities that we have. And we thank them for being a part of our board, and that is Mr. Roberto Diaz. Okay, our children's librarian has come, Ms. Carolyn Thibodeau. We'd like to present you with your certificate.
Thank you, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
And I want to say we're spotlighting our African American significant professional people on Monday evenings, and we have Dr. Carolyn Brown in the house Monday, sharing Black literature. So I'm going to leave a few flyers if y'all would share the information with everyone you know. It's family invited. Thank you.
Thank
Y'all
you.
are awesome.
And last but certainly not least, we'd like to thank this lady here. She's another retired lady that likes to let you know that she's retired again. Look, she's laughing, but she knows she has said, "Oh, I'm retired now." But she still is very instrumental, as well as engaged in our city council with our meetings. She'll come. She's another one. All she says is, "What you need me to do." Even up till this morning, I got you, Miss Dauphine, I got you. And I called her this morning, I'm getting ready. And I thought about something, and she said, "Oh, I got it." She called me back. And I'm so thankful to her for being a big, big part of our Founders Day. She does such a wonderful job. And that is Dr. Ella Williams. Thank you to all of the board members, those that are here in-house and those that are watching or unable to be here. It is such an honor to be able to serve on the board with you all as we work together, because that's what we do. We're working together. And it is such an awesome board that we have, no matter what, day or night, when I call or they'll call me. Dr. Williams has even called me on Sunday, so has Miss Jermaine Eddy has called me on the weekends. I've had Dr. Barkers call me on the weekend asking questions. I've had Miss Carolyn Thibodeau reach out to me and say, hey, we need some help. It's time, it's Arts and Reflections time. Who do I need to talk to? Who do I need to reach? Who do I need to email? Let's get this done. As I told you earlier, she's very, very passionate about these things, and it's a good thing when you have some people that's passionate about what they do. Because when you find when somebody is really passionate about what they do, even though this is volunteer, because we do not get paid for this, that means a lot. I don't have any children in the district. All my children are adults now. And most of the people on the board, their children are adults. We even have some that have grandchildren, but their grandchildren aren't even in the district. I have grandchildren, and they're not in the district, but we still do what we do because we enjoy it. We have a passion for it. We love our district. We love our children of our district. We want to be able to help our parents, our teachers, and our students. And so when you have a person like that, that's a good thing. Because you got sometimes some people that get paid to do stuff and they don't care about what they do, they just want to get paid. And so when you have people like that, that's an awesome thing to have. Now, Miss Eddie, are you ready? Miss Tipper, would you mind coming up again one more time, please? Because I know they had something at the library yesterday. And I would just want you to kind of reiterate your...
I recently lost my mother, and with her saying passionate, I was instilled that we sow seeds. When I do unto other kids in my community, the Lord will send laborers, my adult kids' way and my grandkids' way, although they're not in this immediate surroundings. So we always have to remember, work with a spirit of excellence and try to be excited, even though it's not a natural innate ability to be passionate. Everybody have different personalities, and we understand that. So my prayer is that, Lord, let my spirit exuberate unto someone else today. Let someone watching today online to be excited to be part of PTA. We have so many creative beings in our community, so we have to raise up the next generation. Because if we don't pass this down, then Port Arthur will be ran by petrochemicals, y'all, which is great money, but we know it doesn't sow communities because of the environment and what that creates. A lot of times people want to come in and go. So let's be excited about our school district and our community. Yesterday she mentioned there was a justice society kind of sharing some legislative planning that they're doing. So I would reiterate, visit our website. All that is on our website. We weren't hosting that event, but they were giving away books and what have you. But again, Monday evenings, we're spotlighting our entrepreneurs and successful African-American business people in our communities. And this Monday is Dr. Carolyn Brown. We'll have the music department head the next week, and then Dalen from JK Chevrolet Subaru will be the last Monday of the month. So always visit our webpage, Facebook page. You'll see what's happening at the library. But again, we reap what we sow. that was my main comment I wanted to make. So we sow good seeds in our community. Guess what? They'll come back to us. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for Miss Thibodeau for those words. At this time, I believe we're ready for our door prizes, and Miss Eddie has the spin the wheel that she's going to spin, and we'll see who the lucky winners are. All right, I believe she's spinning. Okay. If you're a winner and you're in the administration building here at PAISD, you may come to Miss Adrian Lott's office to pick up your gift if you're in the building. Our first winner is Miss Adrian Lott, and she's in here with us. So congratulations, Miss Lott. Okay. Got it. The wheel is spinning. Commissioner Randy Martin and his mother, Miss Velma Apple Martin, will get his gift. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. The next winner is Dr. Annie Barkers. Cheryl Rainey is the next winner. Cheryl Rainey. Cheryl Rainey. 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 She asked what campus. I'm not sure. Donna Laverne is the next winner, and she's on the Lincoln campus. Alicia Sampson is the next winner, and she's at Jefferson Middle School. Alicia Sampson. The wheel is spinning. The internet is a little shaky, but it is spinning. Jerry Gloston from the Queen School is our next winner. Jerry Gloston. Dr. Mark Portery. Dr. Mark Portery is the next one. The next one, next spin. Hope Scott is our next winner. All right, Miss Scott. And go. Oh, okay. Carolyn Thibodeau is our next winner. Congratulations. Aileen Perry. Aileen Perry. And Aileen Perry is here in the building. Oh. Yeah, that's right. Oh. Uh-huh. Casey Sanchez, Special Ed Department. Casey Sanchez. Come get your gift. The wheel is spinning. Velma Apple Martin, and she's in the building. Congratulations. Oh, Dr. Ella Williams, all right. Hold my prize, Miss Dolphine. Hold it, don't forget. All right. The wheel is spinning again. Uh-oh. Oh, Mr. Jackson. Oh. Ooh, oh. Mr. Anthony Jackson. Call Mr. Jackson. Mm-hmm. She did, yeah. She did. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just wait. Wait. Dr. Angel Murphy, ninth grade campus. Dr. Angel Murphy. Your gift is here at the administration building. Oh, well. Okay. Mm. Miss Felicia Clavel from the Jefferson campus. Miss Felicia Clavel. Miss Lois Diggles. All right, Miss Diggles. Congratulations. All right, here come Mr. Jackson to get his gift. He's here. He's here. Come on. Carmelita Harris is the next one. Carmelita, I believe she's at Memorial High School. Okay, okay. Carmelita Harris from the high school Memorial. Carrie O. Jones. Carrie O. Jones. She's looking for the location. Oh, the Queen School for Carrie O. Jones. The Queen School. High School. And I see Miss Aileen Brady coming to pick up her gift. Uh-huh. Here's come Miss Aileen Brady to get her gift. Deborah Johnson is the next person. Deborah Johnson. Deborah Johnson. Carrie. Deborah Johnson is the Queen Elementary. Carrie O. Jones, what? That's the Queen, the Queen. Yeah, that's the Queen. Robin Morrison. Robin Morrison. I believe she's at Port Acres. She used to be at Port Acres. Oh, at Lincoln. Oh, okay. Lincoln Middle School. Okay. Is that, oh, spin again? Okay. Okay. Mm. Camilla Washington, Lincoln School. Camilla Washington, Lincoln School. Right. She's still on, so, okay. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Carolyn Collins, right here in the administration building. Come pick your gift up, Miss Collins. And she is still on the line, so that's. Carolyn Thibodeau, all right. Carolyn Thibodeau is right here. And you were destined to get it. You were destined. Raul Pecan, our technician back there. Come on, get your gift. Raul. Oh, he's going around. Okay. He's going out the door and come back in. I guess so. Melissa Willridge. Melissa Willridge. Looking for the location. Melissa Willridge. Travis, I'm told, Travis. Juana Cardenas. Juana Cardenas is on the chat, the live chat. Juana Cardenas. Jefferson, they said. Yeah, they said 2 people said yes. Mm-hmm. The wheel is spinning. Oh, goodness. Come on, Dr. Barkers will take over at this time.
We hope everybody is so excited. And we are waiting, but we are so glad that you all are online. Hopefully, the information that was shared today was beneficial to you. And we are always doing things and trying to keep the community informed as well as the campuses. Angel Dolphin is our next winner at this time. Miss Angel Dolphin is our winner. And Miss Eddie is busy watching the wheel as it spins and also watching the chat to make sure that everybody's name is called for their prize. Jessie Ballou is next. You know which campus? Oh, okay. All right, Jessie Ballou. Jessie Ballou, come on down. All right, Mr. Jesse Ballou has picked up his gift card. It's so great to have the technology team here working so diligently with us. It is fantastic. And Miss Eddie is still watching and looking at the names as they come across. And she is about to announce our next winner. She's trying to make sure that everybody is in so that you will have an opportunity to receive a gift card. Dr. Danita Jones, administration, please come and pick up your gift card. Dr. Danita Jones, federal funding. Dr. Danita Jones. Rita Ortega is our next winner. She's looking. Ten more. Dr. Danita Jones, please come and pick up your gift card. Rita Ortega, if you will put your campus or your address in the chat so that we can make sure it's your campus. Okay, we're spinning again to see who the next person is going to be. Lakeisha Miller at Jefferson is our next winner. Lakeisha Miller. The wheel is spinning again. Israel Taylor at Travis Elementary School is our next winner. Principal Israel Taylor, Travis Elementary School. Stephanie Stallworth. We're trying to find your campus. She's at DeQueen Elementary School. DeQueen Elementary. Six more gifts. Girl, I can't. Christian Smith at DeQueen. Christian Cavosas at DeQueen Elementary School. Okay, thank you. Three more gifts. How many? We have five. Leonard V as in Victor. We need to have your campus, or you can type in so that we will know where you are. Leonard V. Leonard V as in victory. And your campus is not listed. The wheel is spinning, and we want everyone to please. Deborah Cartwright, Central Administration, is the winner. Deborah Cartwright, please come down and get your gift card. You ready? Miss Jermaine Jackson Eddy, come on down. Woo! Thank you all so much. Is that all, Miss Dolphine? Thank you so much for your participation at this time. And I'm going to turn it back over to Dr. Ella Williams. Miss Eddy.
Okay, all right then. All right, those were the door prizes. Oh, we have one more door prize? Oh, okay, we have one more in the technology department. Jason. All right, Jason. Congratulations to Jason. Yeah. All right. Okay, at this time, we want to thank each and every one of you for sharing this time of our PTA Founders Day Celebration here in the Port Arthur Independent School District, Port Arthur City Council PTA. Thank you very much for sharing this time with us. It's very important and it's instrumental in the lives of your children and our students. So please support your local PTAs. You can join any PTA in the Port Arthur School District. It would be very much appreciated. Ask your children's pediatricians to join. Ask your doctor, ask your hairdresser, ask your dentist to join your PTA and support. Ask all of your church members, any civic organizations that you belong to, ask them to join your PTA. Thank you very much and have a good day.